Hello guys, my name is Lucas and welcome. Today I'm going to teach you how to make an animation in Unity. And I'm going to do this because in the game I'm making, I downloaded this character, but this character only has 4 animations and he does not have a die animation or a jump animation. So I'm going to make one for him. So how we do this, let's go and select its model. So here you can select the model. And I'm just going to create a new instance of it in the scene. So I just drag it to my hierarchy. You will see it over here. I'm just going to drag this to the side. And I will just place it in front of my camera so I can edit it. And if you see, I have opened this animation tab. You can open it just by clicking here and add a tab, or you can go to window and add a tab, and we want to add the animation tab. So you see, once we have selected this character, we can actually create an animation for it. So to start animating Toon RTS Demo Night, press this button, create. So we're going to create, and here you can save your animation as however you want. You can call it now we're going to make a die animation. I already made one, so I'm going to call another name, example, just for you guys, because I had a problem with my software and you will realize in a couple minutes. So we check this guy, and you see in this red button here is for recording keys. So every time we change something within this character, so for example I rotate the hand or the head, it's going to make a keyframe for us automatically. So let's I'm going to try to replicate what I did like half an hour ago when I was doing the animation. First I get all the important parts, so for example the pelvis, and I'm going to rotate it a little bit, like that, just a tiny bit, and you'll see it creates a keyframe for us. So I need to edit the pelvis, I need to edit the thighs of my character, so I'm just going to move it a little bit and just make the starting position that you wish for your character, since it's very awkward when you start the animation from the T pose. So first you have to define the pose that you want your character animation to start as. I want to start with my legs a little bit rotated, put the thigh a little bit backwards like this, so I'm just rotating, and put my right thigh forward like that, and rotate the right calf down like that. So you see, as I rotate parts of the body of my character, new keyframes start appearing here on the right. And make sure that we rotate all the important parts, like the foot and like the left calf just a little bit, and the left foot, because if we don't set an initial keyframe, when we set the next keyframe, if we don't have it here, it's going to have a very crazy behavior. It's like going to twist around like 300 times around itself, and it's going to be all glitchy. So just make sure that you make a pose with all the important parts that you want to animate on your character. So I also need to rotate the left clavicle a little bit, the right clavicle I'm going to put it back like that. I'm going to rotate the upper arm like not like that, but maybe like this a little bit, and right forearm I'm going to put it in like a fighting stance. Also my left clavicle, I want to rotate all its parts like this. I want to have a defensive position with my shield, something like that. And the hand, I also want to rotate the hand like that. And the forearm, I want to put it more near my body here so they don't overlap. And the neck, I want to rotate the neck a little bit so it's looking forward like that. And maybe the spine, I can rotate it forward a little bit. So it looks like we have our center of mass forward. And the neck, again, I can rotate it a little bit like that. So that's our initial stance. From here, we're going to start our animation. And how you start adding frames is very simple. Just move forward a couple frames. I'm going to move like 4 frames. And just select which part you want to animate. So, for example, I want to start by rotating the neck backwards. So just click here on the neck and I rotate it. So the next thing I want to do is rotate the spine. So I move maybe I move forward 4 more frames here. Frame number 8, you can see the number of frames here. And I want to start rotating my spine. So here and here. So then we will have something like this. So you see, I start getting backwards. And maybe after 4 more frames, I want to start rotating my pelvis. Like that. And at the same time, as I rotate my pelvis, I also want to move my character backwards. So it looks something like this. Alright? So I had a problem with my recording software. Now I'm going to jump to the second half of the animation process. So I just keep adding frames and you will see what's next. Hello guys. I just realized that I made half animation and my recording software crashed. So I lost all what I was recording. But I'm going to show you my keyframes and I will hope that you understand what I'm doing. So let me go back to how I started this. As I was saying, I was adjusting different parts of the body, the head, the pelvis. You can set it one at a time or you can set it all together, you decide. But just adding rotations to different parts of the body, the legs, the rotation of the shoulder, the neck especially, we can give this effect. So right now we have to keep rotating until we reach the floor. And I'm moving 4 frames at a time. So here I'm going to add 4 more frames and I'm going to grab the pelvis rotation. I'm going to rotate it a little bit more like this. I'm going to pull the character a little bit lower and to the back. So because I'm moving backwards as I fall. And I'm almost touching the floor now, as you see, but I still need to rotate the spine, so we still have a little more to go. So there you go. And I think the neck can move just a tiny bit and it will be enough like that. So as you see now, we go back, we fall, the legs follow through, we head to the floor, and let me make this a little bigger. We head straight to the floor, and now we need to actually hit the floor. So I'm going to go 4 more frames, take the pelvis. This time I'm just gonna change the position because now we actually hit the floor. Then our hands are going to move right as we follow, as we touch the floor. Our hands should go with the same speed that we were falling, head to the floor, because that's conservation of momentum. I'm going to finish the legs first. So let me see how this is looking. Yeah, so here we go straight to the floor. Doesn't look very good. We need to go a little bit backwards like that, and maybe rotate the pelvis a little bit and rotate the spine also so that we don't get inside the floor like this, and maybe change the position of the pelvis a little bit like that. So it will look something like this. Oh, Jesus. Sorry about that. Let's merge these 2 guys together. These 2 frames. So it's something. Okay, right now there we need to go a little bit backward. So it's always a curve. Everything needs to be curved. And so now we can start doing all the parts. So let's go with the arms. Arms follow the spine at this frame. So we move first the head, then with the spine, then the arms follow. Then the arms could head up a little bit about this, maybe around here. We could just grab the arms, the left arm and the forearm. I think we cannot rotate them at the same time since their angles are quite different. We just rotate it like that, and this, and I want the actual upper arm. Nope, sorry, upper arm here. No, I want the clavicle, the right clavicle. This, then the left upper arm. Nope, the right upper arm. Yeah. And for the left clavicle, we also want to change the rotation a little bit. And I also changed here clavicle, the upper arm, forearm. I want to change that like that. And the right forearm, we also want to tune it a little bit like that. So we have something like this. And now when we fall, as soon as we touch the ground, here, we want our arms to move and follow the movement, follow through with the movement. So I'm going to copy this, and not only that, but also the left clavicle and right clavicle rotation. I'm going to copy it and paste it there, so the movement keeps, the position don't change. Wow, what happened? I didn't intend to do that, but it actually looks quite good. That's not what I wanted to do. So let me understand what happened. Right now we have this, and I want to copy this and paste it here when we touch the floor. For some reason I can't see the whole thing here. As soon as we touch the floor, I want to copy this so that from here to there it doesn't move. Yeah, and we will do the same for all our frames that we adjusted for the arm movement. There you go. So now when we move, yeah, it keeps the same position. I don't know what happened just a few seconds ago. So when we touch the floor, we want to go 4 frames into the future. I think this is already wrong. 4 frames into the future, maybe. Yeah, just let's go to frame 42. And we are going to move this again. So the left arm is going to just go right to the floor. So sorry, let's do it again. This is the left upper arm, and the left forearm is going to extend, and the left hand is just going to do that. And I really wish that we could show the shield as we lie on the floor. So maybe we can put the clavicle a little bit higher here, something like that. So we're going to move the movement doesn't seem too great, so we need to move this higher like this. So when we go falling, our hand stays up, and then we hit the floor like that. And this could be even better. Here, let's do more clavicle and more upper arm, left arm, like that. So when we fall, there it's going to slam the floor. and it should actually bounce, and we're going to do that later with curves. But yeah, fall down. And maybe this should go back a little bit. Just there. Maybe go back one more frame. There. And now the right arm. Right arm is going to do something very similar. Here we're going to pull the right forearm upwards a little bit too. Pointing up like that. Well, let's start with the right clavicle pointing upwards, then the right upper arm, just pull it up like that. And actually the right clavicle should be rotated a bit like that too. So that's how we're falling. And the right hand should be there. The left hand here too. And the right forearm just like that. And then once we fall, the right clavicle goes all the way back. The right upper arm goes all the way down and this way. The right forearm also goes to this like that. And the right hand goes to sleep too. So we maybe pull it something like that. Although it doesn't, oh yeah, like that. So let's save this and record. And this is what we are having. So let's play it. It's actually looking pretty well. I'm quite proud. So let's keep animating this. Now we need to do the leg. The leg needs to follow as well. So here, let's assume this is our end frame. We also need to make these legs go up, and so that then we can put them back down. So let's start with the left thigh. I'm going to put it up like that. The left calf is going to twist a little bit, so we can actually put this up even more. The left foot is going to extend like that. So we have something like this. And once we hit the floor, should be after the hands start going down, we put the foot down. Just select it here. Here, the scarf, and where's the foot? Left foot, here. I'm going to move this 2 frames to the right. And now also the right thigh, I'm going to move it upwards a little bit. Right calf, extend it a little bit. And the right foot, do it like that. Yeah. So I want to save, and I want to do some checking to see how it's looking. So here, and then on the last frame we're going to put all the legs down. So thigh goes down like that, right thigh goes down like that, and actually that could be even enough. So if you want to make him look even worse than what he's actually looking, you can rotate it also that way, and the right calf can be rotated like that as well, and I think that looks quite nice. Do we look dead yet? I think so. So let's play this, and if we play by ourselves, we should have something like that. Yeah. So that's how we are going to die in this game. So this is dead by a hit on the head. So now let's make sure that we save, and that this animation is stored here in solder die. We have loop time, we don't want that, so I'm just going to untick the loop type, and I'm going to try to put this animation into my main character, because this is just a stunt double for us to make the animation. Our real star is here, the player, and this has an animator. As you see, I already made a, I think I didn't make a die state, so I'm going to create state empty, make transition from transition and to transition. I'm going to call this die, and the condition is going to be that we need to be equals to 4, and you guys already know why I like using number 4 for the death animation. And this is not equals to 4, so whenever we're not equal to 4, we're going to go back to the transition state. Do we have exit time? Well, probably. Do we have, okay, we haven't assigned a motion yet, so we have a die, but that's not our die. We need the solder die 01 here. And now we do have a transition. So when we die, it's going to look like this. Great. Has exit time? I don't think so. So let's save this. And I think I've already set the die circumstances for our character. So if you just go and fetch a lot of mummies to attack us. Let me make this bigger. Oops, sorry guys, I didn't want to hit you. Yeah, I think 3 is going to be enough. We check our player total health and current health. Oops, sorry. You see it's actually getting lower. So many bugs in this game, don't matter. Now you'll see when we reach current health of 0, we should die, hopefully, in a good sense. I mean, I want to test the animation we just made. So if the current health reaches 0, we are going to trigger the die event, and it's going to set the animator. Yeah, it worked. It worked. Okay, so that's how we make animations. This is pretty much how I also made the jump animation, which you can see here. Whoop. I just set a few keys, and that's how you can add animations to the characters that you download from the asset store. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all your comments, and I really look forward for us to making this awesome game. Goodbye. Peace. Oh, I almost forgot. Now we can do this. Yeah, one step closer, guys. One step closer.